Good morning, dear graduates. Kindly switch off your mobile phones. This is a Solomon function, so we request everyone to maintain the discipline and decorum. Graduates are not allowed to take photograph through the function. Now, we request everyone to stand as the procession enters the venue. I repeat, we request everyone to stand as the procession enters the venue.
Terus now I struggle.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Good morning to one and all. It gives me a great pleasure to welcome you all gathered here for the 19th graduation day of our institution. The convocation day is a much awaited day in every student's life as it returns to the efforts of their entire academic endeavor. It is steeped with a sense of achievement and fulfillment. To begin this auspicious occasion, may I now invite Professor Balaji and Professor Manigandan to intone the Tamil Thai Vazhuthu and the prayer song.
We request everyone to rise for the invocation.
நீராறும் கடலொடுத்த நிலமடந்த கெடிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ்பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் அதிர்சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிலமை திறம்பியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே 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 गजाननं भूत गणातिसेवितं कभीत जम्बो फलसारभक्षितम् उमासुतं शोक विनाशकारणं नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजम् विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजम्.
Thank you. Please be seated.
We request Professor M. Arun Kumar of IT Department and Professor S. Sivaranjani of ECE Department to introduce the dignitaries on the dais.
Good morning to one and all. I take immense pleasure in introducing the dignitaries on the dais.
I deem it a pleasure to introduce our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Venkat Narayanan, Senior Vice President, Virtusa, seated at the center in the front row.
Mr. K.V. Raja, Chairman, seated to the left-hand side of our Honorable Chief Guest.
Mr. K. Shivaram Alva, Secretary, seated to the right-hand side of our Chief Guest.
I feel privileged to introduce our guest of honor, Mr. Abu, Director, Virtusa, seated to the right-hand side of our Secretary.
Mr. A. Mohammad Ilyas, Trustee, seated to the left-hand side of our Chairman.
Mr. R. Vimal, Treasurer, seated to the right-hand side of our guest of honor.
Mr. M. I. Tamim Ansari, Trustee, seated to the left-hand side of our Trustee.
Dr. R. Sindhu, Trustee, seated to the right-hand side of our Treasurer.
Professor C. Sivasubramanian, HOD of Civil Department, seated to the extreme left in the rear row.
Dr. P. Kanimoli, HOD of CAC Department, seated at the extreme right in the rear row.
Professor M. Margaret, HOD of ECE Department, seated at the right-hand side of our HOD Civil Department.
Professor T. Rampradesh, HOD of EEE Department, seated to the left-hand side of HOD CAC Department.
Professor J. Jayachitra, HOD of IT Department, seated to the right-hand side of HOD ECE Department.
Professor V. Velmurugan, HOD of Mechanical Department, seated to the left-hand side of HOD EEE Department.
Professor A. Arun, HOD of MBA Department, seated to the right-hand side of HOD IT Department.
Dr. P. Pugarendran, COE, seated to the left-hand side of HOD Mechanical Department.
Dr. S. Metilda, Vice Principal and Dean Academics, seated to the right-hand side of HOD MBA Department.
Dr. G. Magendran, Principal, seated at the center of COE and Vice Principal in the rear row. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We invite our Secretary, Mr. K. Shivram Alva, to welcome the gathering.
Good morning to all. All had breakfast? Good morning to all. Thank you. Mr. Chairman, respected Chief Guests of this morning, Dr. Venkatanarayanan, today's guest of honor, Mr. Abu, my respected and beloved trustees, respected invited guests, most honored members of the faculty and all members of the IFET family, invitees from press and media, and last but not the least, our most dynamic, vibrant alumni members. It's a great honor and pleasure to me to extend a warm welcome on behalf of all of us to our chief guest, Dr. Venkatanarayanan, to this convocation function. You will know about him much more when he is properly introduced to you. In fact, we are all thankful to him for preponing his visit from Monday to this Saturday, so that you people are not put in much inconvenience. It's a pleasure to me individually, personally also, to mingle with and to invite such a committed, dedicated and humble and simple person, which every one of us can try our best to imbibe those excellent necessary qualities. I also extend a warm welcome to our guest of honor, Mr. Abu, who is also helping us, supporting us and guiding us in getting you people and your successors as many placements as possible. And just for the name, we have a consultant also. He is somewhere, we're missing. Ramchandran. We should be really thankful and grateful to him. He is standing in a corner, but he is the midst of all of our placement activities. In fact, I feel that we are lucky to have such wonderful people amongst us to fulfilling our motto, providing as many placements as possible to our students. I extend a warm welcome to you also, sir. I also welcome one guest of honor, who I think who has not missed a single convocation So far, from 2002 or 2001, all the convocations is a well-wisher and friend, Mr. Jayashilan, who is an advocate, was a retired labor officer, very intelligent person. He always takes time to see that he is, whenever he invites, he is with us. I extend a warm welcome to him also. Most important, welcoming our own family members, but your faculty members. Now after going out, you know, always when we are there as a students, including me, as a children, till we become a father or mother, we don't understand our parents. Till we go out, we do not know what is the contribution of these faculty members. Some of them they do it so well in spite of getting bad names. Madam is very strict, sir is very strict. But parents and teachers, therefore in our Sanatana Dharma it is told, Mahatradevo Bhava, Pitradevo Bhava, Gurudevo Bhava. These people we should remember. If you any human being, otherwise he is not a human at all. I joyfully, with great respect, very pleased to welcome all the dedicated faculty members present here and not present here, and all other IFET family members who have contributed for the successful organizing of this convocation. Anybody can say who is the chief guest today? Anybody can say, stand up and say who is the chief guest today? Nobody. Pardon? Anybody? Nobody. Thank you. He is the chief guest for us, but for us, you are the chief guest. These all Galata function celebrations for whose sake? He is a part of us in celebrating you, your success. This is the fact. He was kind enough to come and celebrate because he is also part of our family, as he said. He has also helped us. Mr. Abu is helping us. Ramchandra is helping us to see that you all get job. But all this celebration is for you. You are the VIPs today. We are all so happy that most of you have placed, and others also will not fail. They will also come up in life, provided. I learnt after a few good things from our chief guest, Mr. Narayan, Venkat Narayan. Try to be, I thought that I can just tell 4 or 5 things. This is actually off the welcome address. But there is a purpose to be served. Not a monotonous that a tape recorder also can put on, it will say. What is the benefit to us we have to feel? And what I feel I want to share with you. I am not advising, I am the last person to advise. We are fed up of advising. The humbleness and simpleness, wherever you reach. Even Abdul Kalam is another example. The way he moves, the way he talks, that means he is aware, that's called spirituality also, that the post and we are different. Post is the role playing. Husband is the role playing, wife is the role playing, mother is the role playing, teacher is the role playing. But we are different from all those things. That's what I learned from him this morning within 5-10 minutes of discussion with him, interaction with him. And is there to come up to this extent in this competitive world, to this position, he should have believed in itself. He should have ready to give whatever effort necessary to come up this life, to this position. So if you believe in yourself, the human potentiality is It's too much, we can't say. A lot of possibilities are there. How much you get? That only depends on every one of us. If you believe in yourself, if you are ready to acquire the technical or the knowledge that requires to achieve what you want to become, nobody can stop us. Even the God cannot stop us. Please, these 2-3 things I don't want to drag because this is not strictly in the welcome address protocol. But I wanted to share with you certain things so that you take it throughout your life. Remember these 3-4 things. I can give hours together, but this is not the place. I should know what role I am playing. I congratulate every one of you, each one of you, for your achievements so far, including at your degree, because we are aware your achievement reflects our achievements. It's not just for a namesake we are telling. We are aware. We are interlinked. We know many alumni are getting placements to our students. When you perform well, your word will carry a value in the company or wherever you are. And with all joy, on behalf of all of us, I congratulate you and heartily extend a warm welcome to each one of you, personally and individually. Once again, if I welcome each and every one of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Now, we welcome our dignitaries to light the Kuttuvilakku. We request our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Venkat Narayanan, to light the first phase of Kuttuvilakku. Sir.
We request the guest of honor, Mr. Abu, to light the second phase of Kuttuvilakku. Thank you, sir.
To jointly light the third phase of Kuttuvilakku, we call upon the members of the management.
We request our representatives of the graduates to jointly light the fourth phase of Kuttuvilakku. Thank you.
We request our principal, vice principal and COE to light the fifth phase of Kuttuvilakku.
We invite our principal, Dr. G. Mahendran, to deliver the graduation day report.
I take privilege in presenting the graduation day report of IFET College of Engineering. We have gathered to celebrate the 19th graduation day for 2020 batch. Mr. Venkat Narayanan, Senior Vice President, Virtusha, will present the degree certificates to the graduates shortly. On the whole, 363 graduates for 2016 to 2020 batch are to receive the degree certificates in Bachelor of Engineering, Master of Engineering and Management Studies. Department-wise statistics for undergraduates, 22 students from Department of Civil Engineering, 64 from CSC, 105 from EC Department, 44 from EE Department, 23 from IT, and 75 from Mechanical Engineering Department are receiving the degree certificates. Department-wise statistics for postgraduates, 27 from MBA, 2 from Applied Electronics, and 1 from CSE are receiving their degree certificates. We are extremely proud to announce that 38 graduates have secured university ranks. From Civil Engineering 4, 6 from CSE, 6 from ACE, and 6 from EE, 3 from IT, 7 from Mechanical, 4 from MBA, 1 from MB Applied Electronics, and 1 from MB Computer Science. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We request our chairman, Mr. K.V. Raja, to deliver the presidential address.
Distinguished Chief Guest of this function, Mr. Venkat Narayanan, Vice President, Virtusa. Guest of Honor, Mr. Abu, Associate Director, Virtusa. Mr. Ramachandran, Mr. Jayasilan, Mr. K. Shivaram Alva, Secretary, Trustees, Muhammad Ilyas, Sindhu, Vimal, Tamim Ansari, respected Dr. G. Magendran, Principal, Dr. S. Matilda, Dean Academics and Vice Principal, HODs, my dear faculties, senior officers, dear graduates, representatives from press and media, a very good morning to all of you. My dear graduates, today is a memorable day for you as you reap the benefits for 4 years of your relentless works. Today's chief guest, Mr. Venkat Narayanan, is a seasoned IT leader with 35 years of industry experience. He is currently heading Augmented Intelligence-led Management Services AIMS in Virtusa. He is proficient on current technologies like artificial intelligence and cyber securities, continuously working to harness them for improving the human lives. He is very successful in creating centers of excellence for developing fresh talents and upskilling people. You are really fortunate to receive your degrees from such an eminent personality today. If you take him as a role model, you will have a very good career growth and will reach higher positions. This college has so far molded 8,000 plus engineers in 19 batches. Our institution has grown by leaps and bounds, crossing many important milestones. It is a matter of pride that out of 500 plus affiliated engineering colleges, we are one among the very few having autonomous status and accreditation by NAC and NBA. The autonomous status has empowered by us to fix our curriculum, design the syllabus and update it every year to meet current industry needs. I am happy that this has opened up enormous job opportunities to our students. I am proud to say that we have introduced 2 new degree courses on emerging technologies, namely Artificial Intelligence and Data Science and Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning. Since there is a lot of demand for people qualified in the above, there will definitely be a big boost of job opportunities for our students. We train students in job-oriented courses, provide fast-track facilities to deserving students and conduct value-added courses. We have established 4 industry-partnered centers of excellence and 6 government-sponsored developed centers leading to improve the connectivity with the industry. We have Anna University approved research center also. Internships and projects to students in reputed industries have considerably reduced the gap between the industry and the institution. The institution is humming with R&D related activities like publications of papers and conducting seminars and workshops on latest topics sponsored by various funding agencies. Every year we break our own records in placements. Apart from academics, we provide opportunities for students to excel in sports, take part in project competitions, hackathons, and cultural activities, ensuring all-round personality development for our students. In the placement scenario, our students have been getting very good position with salary packages more than 11 lakhs per annum. 250 of our students have been placed above rupees 3.5 lakhs package in the year 2021 and 22. Students undergo placement training right from their first year. About 92% of the students are getting placed every year in the reputed companies. This has resulted in raising the students of living off their family. We always project the outgoing students as the pride of our institution to subsequent batches. We are thankful to our alumni and who are now working in various industries in high position and acting as a bridge between the industry and our institution. Your parents have toiled to give you school and college education and have made you engineers today. This is a victory for their dedicated efforts of past 21 years. You must always have gratitude towards your parents who have sacrificed their comforts with the sole aim of bringing you up in life. My dear young graduates, there is no terminal degree or final school, and learning is a continuous process. Since the competition is at global level, continuous update of knowledge is essential. There will be no growth once update stops. So keep your mind receptive always. Life is full of challenges and will continue to be so. Hard work and discipline alone will ensure success in life. You should plan your life in such a way that you live as a good Samaritan and be useful to your home as well as the nation and the society. I wish you all bright future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We request Professor K. Susitra, Department of Civil Engineering, and Professor M. Narnada, Department of ECE, to introduce our Honorable Chief Guest.
A very good morning to one and all present here. இங்கு கூடியுள்ள அனைவருக்கும் இனிய காலை வணக்கம். Very few people transform their dreams into thoughts and those thoughts into actions. Our chief guest of today is one among them. He is an industrial intellect who has reached the pinnacle of success through his diligent hard work. இந்த பரந்த விரிந்த உலகில் வெகு சிலரே தங்கள் கனவுகளை எண்ணங்களாகவும் அந்த எண்ணங்களை செயல்களாகவும் மாற்றி வெற்றி வாகை சூடுகிறார்கள். அத்தகைய வரிசையில் தமது விடாமுயற்சியினால் பல்வேறு வெற்றிகளையும் சாதனைகளையும் தமக்கு சொந்தமாக்கி இன்று நமக்கெல்லாம் ஒரு முன் உதாரணமாய் இருப்பவர்தான் நம் சிறப்பு விருந்தினர். We feel greatly privileged in welcoming our honorable chief guest, Mr. Venkat Narayanan, Senior Vice President, Virtusa. இத்தகைய மதிப்பிற்குரிய நம் சிறப்பு விருந்தினர் திரு வெங்கட் நாராயணன், சீனியர் வைஸ் பிரசிடென்ட், Virtusa அவர்களை வரவேற்பதில் நாம் மட்டற்ற மகிழ்ச்சி அடைகிறோம். He is a towering personality, simple, down-to-earth person with exceptional leadership qualities. He is an epitome of simplicity and true love. இவர் உயர்ந்த ஆளுமை பண்பும் தனித்துவமான தலைமை பண்பும் கொண்டு தம்மை எளிமையின் உச்சத்திற்கிட்டு மற்றவர்களை சிறப்புற வழிநடத்தும் திறன் பெற்றவர். இவர் உண்மையான அன்பின் மறு உருவம் ஆவார். Our chief guest has completed his Bachelor of Science in Mathematics and postgraduate diploma in Computer Science and Applications. He has received Asia Pacific Executive MBA from National University of Singapore and got certificate on AI from MIT Sloan School of Management. He has received Advanced Certificate in Management Studies from Singapore Institute of Management. நமது சிறப்பு விருந்தினர் அவர்கள் கணிதத்தில் இளங்கலை பட்டமும் கணினி அறிவியல் பயன்பாட்டியலில் முதுகலை பட்டய படிப்பும் முடித்து தேர்ந்துள்ளார். சிங்கப்பூர் தேசிய பல்கலைக்கழகத்தில் ஆசிய பசிபிக் தொழில் நிர்வாகத்தில் முதுகலை பட்டமும் MIT ஸ்லோன் மேலாண்மை நிறுவனத்தில் AI சான்றிதழும் சிங்கப்பூர் மேலாண்மை நிறுவனத்தில் நிர்வாக பிரிவின் கீழ் மேம்பட்ட சான்றிதழையும் பெற்றுள்ளார். To be inspired is great, but to be an inspiration is an honor. A standing example is our chief guest, who is a seasoned IT leader with a versatile experience of over 35 years. He is currently heading Augmented Intelligence-led Managed Services. உத்வேகமும் உற்சாகமும் பெறுவது மிக எளிது. ஆனால் மற்றவர்களுக்கு உத்வேகமும் உற்சாகமும் அளித்து ஒரு எடுத்துக்காட்டான வாழ்வு வாழ்வது என்பது மிகவும் மதிப்பிற்குரிய ஒன்றாகும். 35 ஆண்டுகளாக தகவல் தொழில்நுட்பத் துறையில் தலைவராகவும் தொழில் அனுபவத்தோடும் தற்போது ஆக்மெண்டட் இன்டெலிஜென்ட் லெட் மேனேஜ்டு சர்வீஸின் தலைவராகவும் இருந்து மற்றவர்களை உத்வேகப்படுத்தியது மட்டுமல்லாமல் நம்மையும் உத்வேகப்படுத்த நம் முன் மிகச்சிறந்த உதாரணமாய் நிற்கின்றார் நம் சிறப்பு விருந்தினர். His ideation and execution of transforming programs and sustainability initiative are support of global strategies. He is creating Center of Excellence for hosting large-scale function by harnessing a mix of partnerships, developing fresh talent and upskilling people together. He is a leader who knows the way, goes the way and shows the way. இவர் உருமாற்ற திட்டங்களையும் நிலைத்திருக்கும் உத்திகளையும் உருவாக்கி அவற்றை உலகளாவிய உத்திகளுக்கு ஏற்றவாறு செயல்படுத்தினார். இவர் கூட்டணி கோட்பாட்டை பயன்படுத்தி புதிய திறமைகளை வளர்த்தார். இதன் மூலம் அனைவரையும் ஒன்றிணைத்து பெரிய அளவிலான தொழில் முனைப்புகளை உருவாக்குவதற்கான சிறந்த கட்டமைப்புகளை உருவாக்குவதில் கை தேர்ந்தவர். இத்தகைய தலைமைத்துவ பண்புகளை கொண்ட நம் சிறப்பு விருந்தினர் அனைத்து வழியையும் அறிந்தவர், அந்த வழியில் செல்பவர், மற்றவர்களுக்கு வழிகாட்டும் தலைவர் ஆவார். He is passionate about his work, drives innovation and takes immense interest in giving back to the community. The IFET family is privileged by his presence on this occasion. சிறந்த எடுத்துக்காட்டாய் திகழ்ந்து புதுமையை புகுத்தி சமுதாயத்தின் நம்பிக்கை நட்சத்திரமாய் ஜொலிக்கும் நம் சிறப்பு விருந்தினரை வரவேற்பதில் நமது IFET குடும்பம் நெகிழ்ச்சி மிகுந்த பெருமையும் மிகுந்த மகிழ்ச்சியும் அடைகிறது. நன்றி. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
We request our chairman, Mr. K.V. Raja, to declare the 19th convocation open.
I, as chairman, declare the convocation open. The graduation of the IFET College of Engineering has been called to confer the degrees of Bachelors of Engineering, Bachelor of Technology, Masters of Engineering, MBA upon the candidates who in the examination held for the purpose by Anna University have been certified to be worthy of the same.
Thank you, sir.
We request our chief guest, Mr. Venkat Narayanan, to deliver the graduation day address.
Okay, you all can hear me, right? Okay. Good morning, Mr. Raja, Chairman, Mr. Vimal, Treasurer, Mr. Yanashuram, Secretary, Dr. Mahendran, Principal, Dr. Matilda, Vice Principal and Dean Academics, the trustees of IFET, the faculty members, staff members, students, distinguished guests. I am humbled and honored to be here with all of you this morning, and it is actually a pleasure to deliver this graduation day address. To those who are graduating and receiving your degree, it is an important milestone in your life, and congratulations in reaching this milestone. Not everybody would have that opportunity to come so far to reach this milestone. So congratulations. So when I started to prepare, for this speech, I have been thinking, what do I speak? Then I decided that, I want to talk about the 6, what I call key success factors that will make you very successful, and it is based on my experience in my life. So I want to share my life, what I learned in the last 57 years of my life, and what are some of the important success factors or attributes or characteristics you should all possess as you start your journey. I know that some of you, are going to get into your job. Some of you may want to go to the higher studies. Some of you are, going to, do some business. Some of you will, take care of your family, matters. But whatever you do, the 6 characteristics that I am going to talk about are very important, and it will really make you successful. And I have been also, talking to Abu and a few of people, what do I quote when I have to talk about, these, characteristics? I can talk about how great Steve Jobs is, or how great, Bill Gates, or, how great Elon Musk, etc. But I am a firm believer of our own culture. Okay, the Indian culture is very deep, and the Tamil culture especially has a lot of, information that, we can learn from. So I am not going to talk about Steve Jobs or Elon Musk or Bill Gates or, the other, people. But I will quote from Tamil literature wherever I think they are relevant. So like many of you, I also come from a very rural, humble background. Actually, my native place is not very far from here. It is Chidambaram. I think it's about 60 kilometers from here. I studied in Tamil medium from my 2nd standard to 7th standard. Somehow I skipped my 1st standard. My father got an exception to go straight to the 2nd standard. So I started from 2nd standard to the 7th standard in Tamil medium. Then I had my first shock of life when I get into the English medium on the 8th standard. And then, did, the English medium till my +2. And then I went to do my, degree in BSc Mathematics at ABC College in Maivaram, or Mailadurai now. And luckily for me, the BSc degree had a few papers in computer science, because in those days there is no dedicated computer education. So it has to be part of some program. So I was fortunate enough to, do few papers on computer science in my BSc degree mathematics. And then after doing that, as everyone said, I have 35 years of IT career. But prior to getting onto the IT career, I also worked at 2 years on a part-time basis at the Yennur Thermal Power Station in Chennai, okay, under Tamil Nadu Electricity Board. So having all about 37 years of experience working in various things, right? I started my career at the Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore, a premier education and research center. Then I did 5 years at a multinational company called the Digital Equipment Corporation, which is no longer there, it is now part of HP. Then I did 25 years at Citibank, and then currently at Virtusa, coming to 3 years of service. And during this 37 years, I did temporary work. I was doing like what I call I wouldn't say a low-level job, but a job as an individual, right? We call it as individual contributor. Then I became a supervisor, a manager of managers, leadership roles, etc. And this journey would not have been possible without those 6, success factors that I always hold it dear to myself. So I want to kind of highlight to them. So the very first one, the world is, very enormous, right? The world is so big. So you have to think big, right? Only when you think big, you can achieve what you want to achieve in life. When I say think big means you have to dream big. You may even think, that I want to go to moon or I want to go to Mars. So think big is very, important, right? In fact, in my, job, I had managers who always pushed me, to do the best, and they always asked me to think big. I even remember a situation where one of my manager wasn't happy with, the PowerPoint slides I created. And he always say, Venkat, did you think about it? Okay, I will think about it. Then he will say, have you thought about these? Then finally we had 88 versions of the same PowerPoint slides, right? So they constantly pushed me to think big. And the advantage of thinking big is that you can dream, right? When you dream and think big, there are no constraints. Because I can also think I want to be, going to the Mars. There are no constraints, right? But the moment you think big, then you start to have the passion towards that. Then those constraints will, go away. So this is very beautifully, narrated in the Tamil literature called Purananuru, actually by a king, Koparinchoran, who says, Yanai Vetuvan Yanayum Perume, Kurumpul Vetuvan Varunkayum Barume. So Yanai Vetuvan Yanayum Perume, Kurumpul Vetuvan Varunkayum Barume. What exactly it means is that if you are a hunter and you want to go and hunt for an elephant, your chances of hunting an elephant is big. Why? Why is that? Because the elephant is a big animal, right? So you can hit the animal and your chances of hitting the animal is very high. But if you are aiming for a very small bird that is flying on the sky, your chances of hitting that bird is very low because, it is luck, right, if you are able to hit the bird. So always think big, in whatever you want to do in life. That would be my first, advice to you. The second, important aspect is what I call it as perseverance. Perseverance means really focused in our goal, really focused in our objectives. If you are thinking big, you need to also work towards it, right? You cannot think big and do nothing. You have to take some action. And when you take the action, the life comes in all forms of difficulties, right? You will have roadblocks, you will have, some challenges, suddenly something will not work out. But every time you get a challenge, you cannot say that I am going to stop, towards my goal. You have to keep trying. If you encounter a roadblock, you have to slow down and then, maybe take, different way of doing it. If you are encountering a dead end, take a diversion and keep going. Sometimes we feel very tired because things are not happening the way we want. Then energize yourself with a booster shot of what I call the right attitude, the right skills and knowledge, and regularly keep going. So you have to keep going towards your goal, without letting down by other things. That is what I call it as perseverance. And I think all of us, I'm sure, would have read this in our school days, right? Odu mean oda, uru mean varum alavum, body irukumam kokku. Okay? Odu mean oda, uru mean varum alavum, body irukumam kokku. What does this mean? The crane, waiting to catch a big fish, will wait patiently for the big fish to come, although it sees lot of small fishes, going. Right? So if you are thinking big, you have to have that perseverance, you have to have the patience, you have to have the energy, and then wait for that big fish to come so that you can catch it like the crane. The third, important success factor is what I call it as personal branding. There are 9+ billion people in this world, right? For example, all of you are graduating, this morning. But this academic year, for example, all over Tamil Nadu, there will be thousands and thousands of people who are graduating. If I look at India, maybe tens and thousands of people who are graduating, right? The world is full of people. So how do you differentiate yourself? How do people know about yourself? What are your skills? What are your capabilities? What is that you want to, bring to the table to help an organization, to help the society? And that is what we call it as personal branding. What is it about you want other people to, know? Again, Tamil literature have a lot of, good references to that. One of which even says, there is no need to feel shy when you have to introduce about yourself. Sometimes what happens, naturally we feel very shy. We don't want to say, a lot of good things about ourselves. That is the society, that is the cultural norms we have, grown up. But in today's world, you have to talk about yourself. You have to present yourself. You have to tell people what are you capable of. You don't need to feel shy about it. And by introducing yourself the right way, creating that personal brand for yourself, that will be another important aspect for you to, get to success. The fourth one is very easy actually. Everyone has talked about it. It's really the hard work. There is no pain, we have all heard this, right? If there is no pain, there is no gain. And the hard work is very important. And hard work doesn't mean that you have to work 25 hours a day. It means you really be passionate, you really focus. Even if you are spending 8 hours in doing something, that 8 hours you should get the best out of yourself. That is what I call it as hard work. And our beloved President Abdul Kalam once said, confidence and hard work is the best medicine to kill the disease called failure. Confidence and hard work is the best medicine to kill the disease called failure. It will make you a successful person. This is what Abdul Kalam, President said some time ago. So hard work is very important. The fifth one, you may not understand this because you are all very young in life. You are, starting in your life journey. You may not, fully understand it. But as you get older, you will understand what I am saying. This is called, social responsibility or social consciousness. If you see the world today, there is a lot of suffering, right? There is a lot of challenges, there is a lot of suffering, there is a lot of inequality, there is war, there is, global warming, climate change, pandemic. If you read sometime all these newspapers, you get very demotivated because we may think the world is coming to an end. But then the question is, what are we doing to make the world, better? What are you going to do to make this world better? You are all young, you are starting your life. What is that you are going to do different to make this world better? And we all have read this when we were in the school, Aram Saya Virumbu, right? Aram Saya Virumbu means you have to do something good to the society. Aram Saya Virumbu means not giving money as donation, as charity. Do something good, whatever you feel passionate about. So that social responsibility and social consciousness is very important as well. Okay, now all of you may say, okay, I will think big, I will persevere, I will brand myself, I will work very hard, I will, take care of the society. Will it be enough? In mathematics and science, right, there is always this concept called necessary and sufficient condition. So you need to have the necessary conditions, but you need to also have the sufficient condition, right? So the 5 things I talked about are necessary, but they are not sufficient for, success, especially in today's world. So the 6th one is what I call it as lifelong learning. Lifelong learning means continue to learn something new. Okay, continue to learn something different. Especially in today's world, the technology is changing very fast. Some of you may have done Python programming, some of you may have learnt, something. But I can assure you in 5 years' time, that will not be very useful. In my BSc Mathematics, I did integration, right? Or differential calculus, or real numbers. I mean, am I going to be standing here and talking in front of you just because I learnt, those three, concepts of mathematics? No. I constantly upgraded myself. I'm 57, this year. 2 years ago, I did that artificial intelligence program from MIT in US. And the last year, I did my, cloud certifications, so that I continue to learn myself and be relevant. So lifelong learning means always learning something different, something new, something meaningful. And in today's world, you have to do it because the technologies are changing very fast. We heard about artificial intelligence, we learn about machine learning, we talk about big data, quantum computing, cloud computing, and the list goes on and on, right? And many of the things that we know today may not be relevant in 5 years' time, and they may become extinct in 10 years' time because the technology is changing very rapidly. That is why lifelong learning is the sufficient, is the necessary and sufficient condition to be successful. And the Tirukural very nicely say this, right? Tottanai thurum manarkeni mandarku katranai thurum arivu. You all must have learnt this, right? Tottanai thurum manarkeni mandarku katranai thurum arivu means the more you learn, the more you become knowledgeable. The more knowledgeable you become, the more successful you are. So there are many things that I can keep talking, but in the interest of time, I want to highlight these 6, success factors. One is thinking big. Number 2, persevering. Number 3, create a branding for yourself. Number 4, work very hard. Number 5, think of the society that you belong to. And number 6, lifelong learning, right? Learn continuously. If you are thinking that after the graduation I started my work, no more early morning waking up, no more chasers from my lecturers and professors, I don't need to do any more assignments, I don't need to study anything. No, actually your journey has just begun. After you receive your degree today, your lifelong journey begins. You have to constantly learn something. With that being said, again my sincere thanks to the IFET management, the principal, faculty, staff, all of you, for welcoming, me to be here. As I said, it's a humble experience, to be part of this great occasion. And those who are receiving your degrees, congratulations, and I wish you all the best. In fact, nothing but all the best in your life. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Let the candidates be now presented by the HODs. The candidates for the award of degrees and medals will be presented by the respective head of the department in the following order. Department of Civil Engineering, Computer Science and Engineering, ME Computer Science, ECE, ME Applied Electronics, EE, IT, Mechanical Engineering and Management Studies.
Honorable and distinguished Chairman, I, Sivasubramanian, present unto you the candidates in person for the Bachelor of Engineering degree in the Department of Civil Engineering, who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree of Anna University. First, Abhinandini N. Ananda Krishnan D. Ananda Krishnan D. Balaji K. Deepan Raj L. Divya Bharati M. Kausalya R. Okay. Jagadishwari P. Kartika G. Manigandan V. Mugilan R. Nandini S. Pooja G. Sivaguru G. Syed Tariq S. Tamil Selvan L. Vasanta Priya S. Veeravendan V. Vigneshwar S. Bimal Raj T. Vishnu M. and Ashok S. Thank you.
Honorable and distinguished Chairman, I.P. Kanimuri, present unto you the candidates in person for the Bachelor of Engineering degree and Master of Engineering degree in the Department of Computer Science Engineering who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree of Anna University. Aparna V. Aditya M. Adityan K. Anand K. Anita P. Ayappan S. Velamurugan R. Bharati N. Bomi Shetty Venkata Krishna Narmada. Deepalakshmi A. Devadashmi S. Dinesh Kumar M. Ilakhiya A. Elarasi R. Gadalakshmi R.K. Gayatri T. Gokulan S. Gopalakrishnan A. Jayapriya M. Jayashree U. Kalaipriya R. Karthik M. Kirtana R. Kirtiha V. Madhumita M. Mahadevan R. Narmada S. Narmada A. Niveta D. Yes, Pragati. Prashant D. Praveen KP. Praveen Arun Raj Y. Prithviraj R. Priyadarshini S. Rajalakshmi P. Ramachandran V. Ramya R. Revati S. Rihana Beham AR. Rubini R. Sachin Kumar C. Sarah Catherine S. Satish K. Satish Kumar P. Sendamal Chelvan M. Sharmila R. Sharun S. J. Sivashankaran R. Soundarya M. Soundarya K. Subhatra S. Swati S. Venkatesh G. Vignesh R. Vinodini S. Yogashri B. Kavita M. And Martina Jose Mary M. Thank you.
Honorable and distinguished Chairman, I am Margaret, present unto you the candidates in person for the Bachelor of Engineering degree in the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering and Master of Engineering degree in the Department of Applied Electronics who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree of Anna University. Atisha R. Afrin K. Andarasi G. Anita B. Anusha S. Achaya M. Bhanupriya K. Pavitra B. Bhuvaneshwari R. Brindavati S. David Irudayaraj D. Deena D. Deepa G. Deepa L. Devishri K. Dhanalakshmi S. Dhanapriya V. Dhanyasri R. Divya R. Duvuru Yuhendra Reddy. Ilakya V. Gangalapudi Venkatesh Reddy. Kausalya V. Harini MP. Hemalata K. Ilakya S. Indirani M. INR D. Jayashree B. Jayashree I. Jayashree R. Jayashree R. Kalayarasi C. Kamali M. Kartigeyan K. Kavya N. Kavya R. Kavya R. Yes. Keshavaraman B. Kritiga R. Kritiga D. Kishore A. Kausalya V. Lakshmi R. Lavanya M. Mahalakshmi K. Manju Subhashini M. Mohanapriya P. Muralidharan B. Nandini R. Niveta V. Padmapriya R. Pavitra A. Pavitra C.A. Pavitra S. Poongurali A. Pratipa K. Prakash R. Pratipa R. Praveen K. Priyadarshini S. Priyadarshini G. Priyanka E. Purushothaman D. Rabia Begum S. Rama S. Ravina R. Roja R. Rumesh Balaji R. Sabari P. Sakti Ganesh G. Sanji Sai Sumant. Sanjeevi K. Saravanan R. Satyavadi V. Sengeni D. Shanmugapriya A. Shobana K. Soundarya S. Soundarya S. Soumya S. Srinivasan K. Subhakshi S. Subhasri A. Subhasri B. Suganti R. Suganya P. Suri Sai Mahesh. Surya S. Shweta K. Tilagavati S. Uma Maheshwari P. Valentina K. Vidya Bharati M. Vignesh R. George Christopher C. and Jayasudha M. Thank you.
Honorable and distinguished Chairman, I P. Ramdish present unto you the candidates in person with the Bachelor of Engineering degree, the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, who have been certified after examination, duly qualified to receive the degree of unhonesty. B. Abhinaya, Ajay A. Archana A. Aruna B. Arun Kumar S. Avinash L. Bhaskar R. Bhuneshwaran S. Dinagaran A. Dinesh K. Dinesh R. Gajalakshmi A. Gopika K. Gautam S. Hariharan A. Harini G. Harini S. Kalavanam N. Karmegan C. Kadirvel R. Kavita K. Kritiga AG. Kausalya G. Monisha R. Nirmal Kumar E. Niveda S. Priyadashni BG. Rajesh K. Ramkumar R. Ram Prasad D. Rachana E. Rizwan S. Subhashni S. Subhashri B. Sushmita M. Tamilchelvan R. Tarani S. Venkatesh R. Vidya S. Balakrishnan M. Chandru SS. and Kumarvel K.
Honorable and distinguished Chairman, I, J. Chitra, present unto you the candidates in person for the Bachelor of Technology degree in the Department of Information Technology who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree of Anna University. Ajit S. Asma R.
Damayanti J. Gayatri A. Init Navina G. Jayshree V. Kirtana K. Madhu M. Manigandan S. Muhammad Khalid A. Nagapriya Dashni B. Nandini S. Niveta A. Padmavati J. Padmini V. Pavitra Balasubramanian. Ramya R. Sheikh Muhammad Farooq SD. Shweta R. Vyashini V. Thank you.
Honorable and distinguished Chairman, I, V. Velmurugan, present unto you the candidates in person for the Bachelor of Engineering degree in the Department of Mechanical Engineering who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree of Anna University. Abhirami Sridhar, P. Akash, R. Amar Sundar, M. Aravindan, M. Arul Prakash, M. Balaji, S. Bharatwaj, E. Chandrakant, T. Dinesh, S. Divyaraj, P. Dinesh Kumar, K. Dineshwaran, M. Divagar, D. Divakar, L. R. Durai Pandi, P. Ganesh Babu, R. Gokul Anand, S. Hariharan, A. Jafar Bhai, S. Jagadishan,
J. Jayaprakash, E. John Oliver, C. Justin Eniko, S. Kalai Selvan, M. Kaliya Perumal, S. Karthik, K. Girvagaran, N. Loganayagan, D. Logesh, T. D. Manimaran, G. Meghanathan, D. Milan Pradeep, S. Mohan, Y. Mukesh, G. Mukesh Kumar, M. Muruga Prakash, J. Nizaruddin, N. Parani Bharati, S. Prabhu, B. Prasanna, N. Pugarendi, S. Raghumaran, T. Sambat, T. Sasikumar, S. Selvamani, S. Shaklin Mustaq, B. Shanmuga Bharani, A. Subramanian, T. Surya Prakash, N. Surya, S. Subeshan, J. Tamilanban, P. Dileepan, P. Vasantan, A. Venkatachalapati, B. Vignesh, B. Vigneshwar, B. Vinod, J. Yogeshwaran, B. Yuvraj, J. Kesava Perumal, S. Mugilan, M. Ramalingam,
Sivaji Priyan, and V. Vinod. Thank you, sir.
Honorable and distinguished Chairman, I, A. Arun, present unto you the candidate in person for the master's degree in the Department of Master of Business Administration who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree of Anna University. RTR Pona R Divya Bharati S Divya Priya R Jnana Parkar P Govindan E Hemalada K Jayapriya V Kamali G Kavya V Prabhakaran N Manishavali M Mukilvanan K Muralikrishnan M Ruben Vijay G Charulada K Shivanandan T Subhashini G Suresh Kumar S Shruti R Vanaja R Thank you. I request the dignitaries please occupy the seats. Honorable and distinguished Chairman, under the laws of University, I present unto you in absentia the following number of candidates who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degrees of Anna University in respective departments. Department of Civil Engineering 1, Department of Computer Science and Engineering 5, Department of Electronics and Communication 9, Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering 2, Department of Mechanical Engineering 10, Department of Information Technology 2, and Department of Management Studies 5. All the graduates, please stand up. I will read out the following pledge and the candidates will repeat the same. We shall, in thought, word and deed,
and in our endeavor be scrupulously honest in the discharge of our duties in our profession. We shall uphold the dignity and integrity of our profession and the honor of our college and university. We shall uphold the advanced social order and the well-being of our fellow members. We shall devote all our energy to promote the unity, integrity, and secular ideals of our country. By the virtue of the authority vested in me as Principal of IFET College of Engineering, I admit you to the several degrees for which you have been declared qualified, and in token thereof I permit you to wear the academic robes ordained as the insignia of your degree. We request the graduates to assume their seats.
I take immense pleasure in presenting the department-wise rank holders of 2020 batch. Department of Civil Engineering, Vasantapriya S. first rank. Manigandan V. second rank. Nandini S. third rank. Pooja G. fourth rank. Department of Computer Science Engineering, first rank Satish K. Second rank Rihana Begum AR. Third rank Sara Catherine S. Fourth rank Narmada S. Fifth rank Kalaipriya R. Sixth rank Pragati S. Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, first rank Deepa G. Second rank Jayashree R. Third rank Uma Mageshwari P. 4th rank Harini MP. 5th rank Niveda V. 6th rank Prathipa K. Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, 1st rank Harini S. 2nd rank Kausalya G. 3rd rank Arun Kumar S. 4th rank Chandru SS. 5th rank Dharini S. 6th rank Aruna D. Department of Information Technology, 1st rank Asma R. 2nd rank Gayatri A. 3rd rank Padmavati J. 4th Department of Mechanical Engineering, 1st rank Prasanna B. 2nd rank Divyaraj S. 'Shaglin Mustaq 3rd rank. 'M. Aravindan 4th rank. 'John Oliver 5th rank. 'Mukesh Kumar G 6th rank. 'Yogeshwaran J 6th rank. 'Department of Management Studies, 1st rank Subhashini G. 'Nanaphargavi P 2nd rank. 'Suresh Kumar S 3rd rank. 'Divya Priya R 4th rank. 'ME Applied Electronics, 1st rank M. Jayasudha. 'ME Computer Science Engineering, 1st rank Martina Jose Mary. Hearty congratulations to the rank holders. Thank you.
I dissolve this 19th graduation ceremony.
Thank you, sir. We request the rank holders of civil engineering to assemble for the photo session on the stage.
We call upon the rank holders of CSE department to assemble for the photo session on the stage.
We request the rank holders of ECE department to assemble for the photo session on the stage.
We call upon the rank holders of EEE department to assemble for the photo session on the stage.
We request the rank holders of IT department to assemble for the photo session on the stage.
We call upon the rank holders of mechanical engineering to assemble for the photo session on the stage.
request the rank holders of MBA department to assemble for the photo session on the stage.
Thank you all. We invite our Vice Principal, Dr. S. Matilda, to propose a vote of thanks.
A little thank you that will say to someone for a little favor shown to you is a key to unlock the doors that hide unseen great favors. Warm and graceful noon to our most valued Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Venkat Narayan, Senior Vice President and Head Augmented Intelligence-led Managed Services, Virtusa, Chairman, Secretary, Treasurer, members of the IFET Trust, special invitees, Principal, faculty, and my dear student friends. It's my proud privilege to propose the vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of those who worked really hard to make this graduation day celebration happen. On behalf of the entire IFET fraternity, our pranams to the Almighty God for wading us through the pandemic and seeing the light of the day. With His blessings and grace, we were able to make this event what it was. On behalf of our institution, I extend my heartfelt thanks to our chief guest, Mr. Venkat Narayan, who flew all the way from Singapore to be with us on this auspicious day and spared time from his busiest of schedule to grace the occasion. Indeed, our graduates are most fortunate to receive their degree certificate from such an eminent person. Today, we are blessed with the opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this surely will be going along with us and encourage us in all our future endeavors. Thank you so much, sir. Our gratitude also goes to Mr. Abu, Director Virtusa, and Mr. Kritivasan, Head Strategy, Partnerships and Engagement, University Hiring India, US and Canada, Head B School Hiring India, who are coordinating with us all the way to ensure that the flow of events was seamless and ensure the hospitality of the chief guest. I am immensely thankful to our chairman for his guidance and support in even the smallest of activities and events which happen around the celebration of this grand event. His ideas and elegance of explanation is to be greatly appreciated. I also extend my thanks to our secretary, treasurer, and all the members of the trust for their enormous cooperation and support that they have extended towards the celebrations of this day. Thank you so much, sir. I deem it our duty to thank our strongest stakeholders, our beloved parents who are connected with us virtually to see this great event. I am sure that each one of you would have shed tears of joy seeing your own son or daughter walking up with dignity and pride to receive the degree. We humbly bow to all of you for all the sacrifices that you have made and the trust that you had in us throughout the entire period of study. Our sincere gratitude goes to all the parents and well-wishers for your rock-solid support and encouragement. With your support, we have been able to achieve excellence year after year. The planning and execution of an event of this nature requires immense coordination and teamwork. It is noteworthy that Professor Raghuraman and Professor Niveda Kumari were excellent in their role as coordinator and co-coordinator. Thank you for the minute-to-minute planning and executing this event, which was a resounding success. A special mention to our respected principal for being the catalyst who stimulated us to do our best. I also extend my exceptional word of thanks to the Controller of Examinations and heads of all the departments for their involvement and looking even into the minutest of details in the execution of all the activities. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very proactive and dedicated faculty and staff of our institution who are ever ready to do anything that has been given to them. Each one had a role which they executed well. I am short of words for their involvement and their willingness to take on the completion of the task beyond their comfort zones. With a deep sense of appreciation, I thank all of you for your untiring efforts. I would also like to thank the people who worked behind the scene to make this event happen. Our maintenance department team, stage setting, audio, video, lighting arrangement, and all the housekeeping staff. I would be failing in my duty if I do not thank Mr. Ramachandran, who was the driving force behind this event. He is the reason behind the grandeur that you all get to see today. Thank you so much, sir. A note of thanks also to Mr. Jay Seelan, the press and media, our industry partners, special guests who have been of immense support in all our activities throughout the years. Finally, I would like to thank our budding technocrats, the graduates who made this happen. A small recap. Go back to the day you entered into this premises and fly forward to this minute. Your days of hard work, the experiences gathered, the joy, the fun, sorrows, tears, celebrations has carved you as independent adults standing on your own feet, which is one of the most valuable things in life. All of us at IFET have cherished every graduation day, and today is no exception. We feel proud and achieved when we see all of you in these robes and wholeheartedly wish all of you a bright and successful career. Be connected with the alma mater through the Alumni Association and drop in every opportunity you get. We are proud of you. Thank you so much for being with us all through these years and for attending this event and giving us all the joy and happiness that we really deserve. Last but not the least, a big thank you to each one of you who made this day memorable for all of us. I would also like to extend my thanks to everyone for coming and making this event significant and memorable, including those attending virtually. We value you, and every moment that you have contributed toward this event has turned it into a resounding success. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, ma'am.
We request all to rise up for the national anthem.
शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय जय जय
I request all the graduates to stand in their places till the procession leaves the venue.